I solved a 100-year-old mystery, and now I'm being featured on The Times, interviewed by the BBC, and this is the story of how I accidentally became a detective. Back in March of this year, I visited Brighton for the first time with my sister, and I was really keen on going to Brighton Museum because there was an exhibition about Edward Burne-Jones. So we arrive in the museum and we come across these lovely Fabergé items in this beautiful display, and we find out that they were discovered by an antiques expert here in the UK, Geoffrey Munn, in the back storage rooms of the museum. And the pictures depict two mystery women. And there was this sign next to it which said that, despite much research, we haven't been able to identify the women in the two picture frames. Do you have any idea as to who they might be? And email us with any suggestions. So I took on the case. I was never very good at school, but I had all those Egyptology books and naturally loved research and solving mysteries. At home that evening, I managed to figure out who the first woman was within about 4 hours. I'm a big fan of fashion history, so I used her hair and clothes to figure out when the photo was from, and judging by how old she seemed to be, I took a guess on when she was born and when she might have got married. Then it just took a bit of time to go through records of high-profile, upper-class weddings of the 1880s, and eventually I found her. Marie de Rothschild, wife of Leopold. The other woman took a lot more work. Over a few days, I borrowed some forensic techniques I read about on the internet, and I compared lots of different faces from royalty and the upper class, and I'm happy to break this process down more in another video if that interests anybody, but eventually I figured out who she was as well. Sophia of Prussia, Queen of Greece, granddaughter of Queen Victoria, who loved to holiday in Sussex every year. Sure, these two women might have been from the upper classes, they might have been royalty, but all women can be so easily forgotten in history. And it makes me so happy to have helped put names to their faces. Also, I'm down for solving more historical mysteries, so hit me up.